So, good morning, Minecrafters. Actually, afternoon. Actually, it depends on when you're watching it, doesn't it? It's the afternoon here in Northern Vermont. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm so excited to talk with you today about job versus career versus calling. I'll say hi, little G. He's taking a nap. We just came back from the notch and got soaked. So he's resting right now. It smells like wet dog. Wonder if V Secret could come out with a line of that, perfume. Anyway, okay, I am here to have this fabulous talk. I forgot if I said who I was. Anyway, my name's Kimberly Quinn, and I'm so happy to talk about job versus career versus calling today because it's such an important conversation to have. And I was actually just chatting with my Minecrafters, my Minecraft class, that is, this week about it, and it's just, it's because this brings in our authentic purpose and meaning and everything. So they are actually in levels. So usually I start out with my Minecrafters saying, okay, what does it mean to have a job? What does it mean to have a job? What is a job about? What does a job do for us, right? And right away, they're pretty fast with it. They say money. That's basically it. And then I say, does it mean we can't like our job? Absolutely not. I remember back when I was a teenager, when ferns covered the earth, I had a job at Carvel Ice Cream Store, and I ended up trying every single flavor by the end we were done. When we in the end, and it's kind of gross that people do this. I remember we just took spoons, hopefully all different ones. I think we did that. It wouldn't be so good, but anyway. The whole purpose of a job is a means to an end. It's all about money. It doesn't mean we can't be happy at it, but typically that's the bottom tier. Bottom tier. And then, of course, next is career, and career is kind of because they are in order. Career is a step up from there because it's generally they're more long lasting. Careers generally are more long lasting. Often some sort of education and or training has gone into that. So that can obviously be college, that can be the trades, that can be the military. There are all kinds of ways, trainings. That can also be somebody studied on their own to open their own business without any of those things. And we're, after a long-term career, starting a chain of whatever restaurants or things like that, it's long lasting. And it also is, involves that real drive, that meaning, that purpose, that excitement, that just passion and just interest based everything, just so pumped to do it. So that's the career. And then next level up, right? Next level up is calling. And the calling is where you really want to land. And one can certainly be a step to the other. Absolutely. They can be fluid and land up here at calling. So calling means that one unique thing we were meant to do on this earth, why we are here. And that's what we want to aim for. And I was actually so proud of my Minecrafters this week because they came up with that pretty quickly. What is a calling? They right away, it means what we're meant to do because we all have something we are meant to do. Does it mean that we don't have to suck it up and do things we don't want to do? Of course, of course it doesn't mean that. We have to sometimes suck it up, Buttercup, right? Sometimes for a long time. So I want to be really clear. I sent the right message to them, which is, because things happen in life, right? There's loss of whatever, loss of job, loss of partner, loss of whatever. There's also having kids and maybe unexpectedly, and then we're doing 2 or 3 different things just to kind of survive for a while. It's just important to all the way through that be thinking, okay, I'm doing this for a while because I've got to, and that's how it is. And then keeping your eye on the prize of what really is what fuels you, what excites you, what really, really, really excites you, because that will be the most long lasting. So yeah, and aim for the calling. And I said to my students, we're not saying good old fashioned grit and suck it up and you got to do this for a while. You might have to do 2 somethings for a while, but keep your eye on the prize and don't settle. Never, ever settle. Keep at it because there's something out there for each of us to do that just sets our hearts on fire. And it's just, to be the best, just be the best you can be in that calling. And that's it. Job, career, calling. And here's the thing. like my dear friend Oprah says, we're very good friends. She just doesn't know. She just doesn't know that we're such good friends. I just thought of this at this minute. I showed this little 3 minute, no, it's not 3 minutes. It was 5 or 6 minutes. I showed this this week to my Minecrafters when we were talking about this. And Oprah talked about early on when she was an anchor person and all of that, and how she just kept bumping up against this. Just does not feel right. It doesn't feel right for various different reasons. And then she bumped up against some other things on the outside that kept her from doing things. She was just like, this doesn't feel right. And so she talked about when she really landed with where she is now, how you just know that you're in the right place, doing the right thing, doing what you are meant to do as your calling by the way you feel. And I mean, I've done a whole lot of things at my fabulous 57. I've done all kinds of things, and until rather recently was also bartending along with professoring and all the other researching and all the other things I'm doing until just about, I don't know, I think it was like 5 years ago. And that was also very fun and very cool. And truthfully, income-wise, we needed it. We have 5 kids to put through college and stuff. And then back in the day when we were first married, not even on that level, we had to do all kinds of 2 and 3 jobs just to keep the electricity on, literally, and to keep the rent paid. When we got married relatively young, well, considered young these days, 24 and 5, and we had to literally work a million hours just to literally make ends meet, keep the utilities on. Even got a couple of behind rental notices and inches from being tossed out, even both working and everything. It was just really, really hard. So the point is to stay with it through all of that. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to what excites you. Stay with it and keep at it, because it doesn't mean figure it out and then sit on the couch and have a sandwich. In fact, Aaron Doughty talks about this. He's also one of my teachers. I haven't watched him in a while, but he talks about this when he was selling women's shoes at Barney's, I think, in New York. And so he talked about he was gradually getting more miserable. Like he just knew it wasn't the right place for him, the right fit, so to speak. He said, but you can't just quit right there and you've got nothing else to, you can't live. So he just kept, okay, what is it? And he knew he wanted to do YouTubes full time. And so he said, you don't just quit recklessly and have no plan. While he was, 8 to 6 every day at Barney's in New York, he just was mentally thinking, okay, I got this idea. Started making his YouTubes. Eventually, I believe he moved in at like 30. I'm guessing that age. I don't know how old he was. With one of his parents, which wasn't comfortable at all. He said that just to take the plunge and dive in. And now currently, he's super successful as an influencer. So I kind of like that story because it shows how he stayed with the job, and then while processing the potential career, and then eventually landing a calling also. So he, along with Oprah, and my students know with teaching, they see me flying around the room, and I asked them this week, I said, who do you know who's doing their calling right now? And they all went like this. Yes. Was it always that way? Striving for it, but now, yes, because young adults are my niche, too. I watch our daughter teaching 3rd grade in elementary school, and that's her calling, no question. She's 25 years old, and she is just in it. She's just in the flow zone. If I were a 3rd grade teacher, I might last a day, and that'd be generous. They are my young adults, and their enthusiasm and their age and open-minded, just all of it. I just absolutely love it, and it changes every day. And I am in such a flow zone. I tell them if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I would still teach, no matter what. That wouldn't happen because I don't play the lottery, so therefore that wouldn't work. But theoretically speaking, if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I would absolutely still be there teaching my students at Champlain College, because I just feel like you lose track of time. There's no one else I'd rather be, nowhere else I'd rather be. I'm just in the calling, and that's it. And wow, you really know the difference when you've done all the other stuff, which I have, and then you actually land where you just fit like a baseball mitt in a baseball and a catcher's mitt, and you just know you're kind of at one with the universe. So there you go. Job, career, calling. Aim for the stars. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.